Okay, welcome home. I'm your anime manga mom. Thanks for stopping by. So glad to see you. Today, let's see. My biggest news is I got Netflix. It's a holiday weekend here in the States, Labor Day weekend. So I've just been kind of chilling, taking it easy. Last week I had a big big week at work. And a lot of that, you know, headspace like stayed with me until even after clocking out, So I just haven't been doing. I've been watching Nabari no O still, but I'm only watch like an episode or two in the evening, and usually late in the evening when I'm starting to be tired already. It's a good show. I like it. I'm still watching it. I haven't left off or anything. I've definitely gotten closer with all the characters, so uh, definitely recommend it for that. It is a little bit more on the mellow side, like the like my husband was commenting that the characters seem frail, all of them. They're like real skinny, kind of frail. The music is real kind of somber and subtle. It's just kind of a chill, laid back, a slightly maybe depressing show. Like the mood is it's just not a really like hype and upbeat story. Uh, but so that might lend to my kind of trying to nod off while I'm watching it. But it's a good show. Maybe I should go back and watch it in English dub. Maybe that would help me to be a little bit more awake and follow it a little more closely. But yeah, I've been watching One Piece live action. We've been watching it as a family, so I've not been binging it, even though I would love to do that. I've just been watching a couple episodes, like an episode per night. I'm 2 episodes in, and so far I'm liking it, and my husband is liking it. And any anime win I can get with him is stellar, and I will take it. He's not really one to watch cartoons, even adult cartoons. He doesn't watch The Simpsons or Futurama or anything like that. We did watch King of the Hill back when we both lived in Texas, so but it was very spot on for the area we lived in. Uh, and it was a hilarious show. And he'll watch like Disney movies and um, like series that are made for younger audience. He'll watch along with them sometimes. Usually only if we're watching with the kids, but you know, we were watching with my son last night anyway when we were watching One Piece. I really appreciate that they didn't make it so dark, you know? Uh, Sometimes the set designer, all they have to do is make sure that they map out certain shapes. And because it's all going to be done in low lighting, it's all going to be in blacks and grays anyway. But with this, it's highly colorized. It is filtered so that it's coherent and everything cohesive. But yeah, they really have to make sure that they bring their work because you see everything. You see everything, and it's all brightly colored, and I really appreciate that. Now, if you're looking at a one to one, it's not exactly the same as the anime. It's not going to be the same as the manga. It's You're going to have to change the format a little bit to fit the medium, and that's okay. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. There's always going to be room for improvement, and so you've got to allow for mistakes and differences in opinion and everything. But they've been working very closely with Oda to make sure it matches his vision and stays true to the fans that have been loyal to the series for what decades? I mean, uh, it's been yeah, it's been a while. So there are some diehard fans that you do not want to step on. So yeah, I think that they've done a really good job. I mean, of course, when it's live action, you have to deal with physics, because certain things just don't work in the real life. A lot of these fantastical costumes or features that you see in anime, they you can't really work them in real life because that's just not how gravity works. And then you have to get help with, the construction of the set. You have to get help with maybe like wires or stuntmen, or, you know, uh, all the way to the far end with the CGI, because, there's no chop chop fruit. So Buggy has to be CGI'd. It's just that's how it's got to work. And they've done such a great job all the way down to the lighting, all the way down to the set design, the costuming and everything, so that these all can work hand in hand. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to, like, the characters that you meet might not be introduced the same exact way that they were in the anime. And that's okay, as long as they stick to the spirit of the story and don't cut out too awful much. Give room for some growth and some change. And I think that's, I've watched a lot of movies that were made from books that I'd read, and it's always disappointing because your imagination has no bounds. Whatever whatever you want a character to look like the author can describe a character to a T, but you might imagine them differently. Like if they say, this character was good looking and they had orange hair, then who are you going to imagine? I mean, I might imagine uh, Ichigo Kurosaki, or I might imagine Edward Cullen. I mean, you never know. So it your imagination is always going to be so much better than physics could allow real life to be. So I was always disappointed when I read a book before I watched the movie made from that book. And if you're like me and you watch the anime and you're like, this isn't exactly like the anime, it might take you a few breaths to like be like, okay, uh, we're gonna meet Zoro earlier than we did in the anime. We're gonna witness things. People are gonna be together. Characters are gonna be combined. Storylines are gonna be combined. You know what? It's okay. There are time constraints on a movie and on production that weren't the same constraints as were in animation. Definitely not the same as are in manga. So you gotta allow that little bit of room. Um, is there anything about the show that has put me off? Hmm. No, I don't think so. I think I'm pretty much pleased with everything that they've done so far. Like I said, I'm only 2 episodes in. So if you've watched on, then you have your opinion, and that's okay. Also, if you're upset at how the mangaka treated something, at how the director treated something, if it's not the way you wanted it to go, you are more than welcome to take that and do your own cover, do your own fan fiction, do your own, editing. If you are skilled at CGI, then go for it. See if you can do a better job. And you know what? Maybe your talent will bring inspiration to the next young artist, or maybe you will showcase something that uh, these studios hadn't thought about. They might come out and hire you. You never know. But I'm just saying, if you're not pleased with it, if it didn't go the way you wanted to, instead of getting all worked up about it, maybe work on your own version. And that might at least satisfy that itch in you to have it go the way you wanted it to go. Uh, but making threats against the mangaka, the actors, the director, the whoever, never a good look. Never the way to go. If they didn't handle it the way you thought it should be handled, then you handle it differently. I have seen some amazing edits um, and on TikTok where people have gone and said, I'm going to do live action Naruto. And you're just like, wow, I do not have these skills. I am very, very jealous. Maybe not the direction I would have taken, but I don't have any room to talk. You just, here, take my money, or at least my views. So, anyway, but yeah, I think that they're doing a really good job with it so far. Uh, Also, just the sheer fact of bringing it to audiences that wouldn't have given it the time of day otherwise. Because, when people told me I should check out One Piece, I'm like, okay, I like Naruto. I like Bleach. This is one of the big three as well. It's probably great. I will check it out. The art style didn't grab me. Bleach's art style didn't grab me for the first season anyway, but the story was good, and so I watched it. One Piece, they have a more youthful approach to it. And then I met Buggy, and I just was like, okay, that's my line. I can't do it anymore. Thankfully, enough people have said just keep going. It gets much much better, and you're going to be addicted in no time. And so I'm like, okay, okay. I can only do so much shonen at one time, and so I just wasn't in the mood for it. But I went back to it when I was in the mood for it, and you know what? It was something that Usopp said to his Usopp Pirates. And I was like, you know what? I like this show. I think this is good. It was, I guess, when he didn't hold them to his ideal. Like, he wanted to be a pirate, he wanted to have his own crew. But his pirates didn't necessarily want to grow up and be pirates. And so he's like, what do you want to do? And they gave their dreams, varied though they may be. And he was supportive. And he's like, yeah, go forth and do those things. I want to come back and see you guys succeed. And I was like, yeah, this is the way. So if you want to improve, you want to do your own story, then take your inspiration, do your own story. Get that itch out of your brain. If you want to do your own CGI, oh wow, I'm impressed. And yeah, I would love to see you guys succeed in areas that you just got an inkling. Just you had this idea that you wanted to see it done better, and you're like, by golly, I'll do it myself. Yeah, take that and do it. Now you can't really capitalize off somebody else's work. That's plagiarism, but you can definitely get your point across, and you can definitely get experience from it. So go out and do it. Would I recommend One Piece, the live action? So far, so good. I'm really liking what they've done. I think that they've done an outstanding job in costuming, set design, lighting, choreography, um, acting. I mean, so many people have poured their talents into this tremendously and done a great job so far. Is it perfect? No, nothing ever is. I mean, come on, we know that from Bleach that perfection is the antithesis of improvement. So if you have something that is perfect, guess what? You can't improve. You're stuck. It's over. So if it's not perfect, good. You take that imperfection and you improve on it. And that's how you get better, you know? Anyways, so go out there, get better, improve things, accept the mistakes, accept the failures, and learn from them. You will be formidable in your own right. Okay? All right. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.